Hello, my name is Kathy Schick, and I'm with the National Center for College and Career Transitions, or NC3T. NC3T is a mission-driven organization working to ensure that every learner has a dream and a plan, and every community has a capable and ready workforce. On behalf of the Pennsylvania Department of Education Bureau of Career and Technical Education, NC3T facilitates the Pennsylvania Pathways Innovation Network. Membership in the PAPIN is open to educators and other stakeholders who are working to expand or develop career awareness and pathways that help prepare today's students for tomorrow's careers. There is no cost to join the PAPIN. Toward this mission, NC3T is creating a Virtual Pathways Expo, brief videos and recorded interviews featuring best practices taking place throughout the Commonwealth. This segment of the Virtual Pathways Expo focuses on The Future is Mine, an ongoing program facilitated by the Consortium for Public Education. Gina Barrett is a program director who focuses on connecting students with opportunities to explore post-secondary education and career paths. Her primary responsibility is running The Future is Mine, a career exploration and leadership development program for students in nearly 30 high schools and career and technical centers across several PA counties. Welcome, Gina, and thanks for taking the time to share the great work you're doing.
Thank you, Kathy. I'm happy to be here.
Gina, for those who may not know about the Consortium for Public Education, would you give us a brief summary of its mission and work?
Sure. The Consortium is a nonprofit organization, and we work with over 40 school districts across Western Pennsylvania. Our initiatives are meant to strengthen and broaden school leadership, engage the community, and empower the students who attend the schools. The initiatives also build partnerships that bring resources and improvements and support the public schools. And our envisionment is for the day when all the kids in our region start school ready to learn and graduate with the schools for lifelong learning, careers, and being productive citizens.
You do such great work at the Consortium. I really recommend that people check out your website to look at all of your programs. But today we're going to talk about the program that you lead, and that is The Future is Mine. So let's hear an overview of The Future is Mine.
Sure. The Futures Mind does support schools in fostering mainly career readiness and the development of leadership skills for students. As you had said before, close to 30 different high schools across several counties have teams of students ranging in size from maybe a dozen students to over 75, and they complete projects for themselves, their peers, and their younger peers to practice career readiness and leadership development.
Talk a little bit about the team projects that the students engage in.
Sure. Well, the goals of the projects, what we envision is that this way, what the students who are actually team members are doing, their goals and the benefits actually go beyond just the team. So these projects help them showcase different things to their peers and their younger peers. Sometimes they're working in the elementary schools or the middle schools. So this way, the benefits and opportunities that students get through TFIM, they go beyond just the core team. A lot of the teams put on whole career fairs for their peers. So they sometimes they will survey their student body to see who they would like to see at post-secondary fairs and career fairs, and they go out into the community and get representatives to come in some cases the TFIM teams ends up taking over that, and every year they're putting on different fairs for their peers. They also assist the guidance department a lot in step-up days, and maybe students who are coming from the middle school into the high school and maybe a little apprehensive and not know what to expect. TFIM teams a lot of times end up being those people who are almost looked at as mentors. They organize alumni panels and speakers, so they've had past students come in who've graduated and talk about maybe their first year in whatever they're doing for post-secondary education or employment, and talk about what they wish they would have known when they were in high school and what they could have done. We've had business etiquette, social and soft skill workshops, apprenticeship opportunities, because a lot of times students aren't aware of the different trade organizations and those facilities who are offering free schooling. We also have them constantly, like I had said, with the younger peer projects, acquainting the younger students with career exploration and thinking. And a lot of times these projects are videotaped or recorded in some way, and they're played over and over on the school's TV system or put up as a bulletin board or pamphlets. So students get to see that over and over again.
So at each school where there is a team, I assume then there's a team advisor, a faculty member that acts as advisor, or
Yes, there is.
okay.
The TFIM is very student-led, student-driven. We value student voice a lot, and we know that the students are going to buy in a lot more into the projects if they are the ones coming up with them. But we do need an adult in the school who does act as their advisor and is my main point of contact. So the teams, they meet and they come up with ideas for projects that they want to do, but I do have that adult in the school who is our advisors, and we meet with them about 3 times a year.
With just the advisors?
With just the
Yeah,
advisor.
that's
We
great.
meet in December and March and June. And actually, at the December meeting, we do ask the adults to also bring student representatives to that meeting. So that's it's kind of like a halfway year point. The students get to talk to students from other school districts. And these school districts, some are, we have Pittsburgh Public Schools involved in TFIM. We have very rural school districts, and we have suburban districts. So they get to see that while their districts might be different, a lot of the issues and things that they want to talk about, they realize that they're very similar to the students.
That's great. That's an extra bonus. You're right that they get out of their own community and see what the kids are very much the same in other communities, despite
Right.
the differences in size and so forth. I think a really exciting part of The Future Is Mine is your annual Student Leadership Conference in Pittsburgh. So tell us about that. It's a huge undertaking for you.
Oh, that's something that everyone looks forward to every year. Coming up this April will be our 17th annual TFIM Student Leadership Conference. We have about 400 attendees, with about 340 of those being students and about 60 educators in the school who are the TFIM advisors and additional chaperones who are teachers at the school. And then there's usually about another 100 or so community leaders who are involved. We have 16 different businesses that the students are spread out over the first day of the conference to get some in-depth career exploration. They'll spend, like I said, about 3 hours at the businesses talking about their pathways, how people got to where they are, what makes them happy in their job. So it's kind of a real-world experience. After they're at their businesses, they go to a mainly meet up at a cultural spot in the city, and this year it's going to be at the Heinz History Center, where they will do a tour of the History Center, but they will also meet with some post-secondary representatives to talk about, depending on what grade they're in, because this is 9th through 12th grade, and we'll have students who are in that range. So if they're younger students, they'll be talking about what they could be thinking about now, maybe what classes they should be taking, and if they're a senior who's maybe already committed to a school, just talking about what they should be doing that first year to set themselves up for success. After they spend some time at the History Center this year, they will go back to our home base, which is the Pittsburgh Marriott City Center. We'll have dinner together, do some debriefing there. They have a networking dance that evening, because that's a great way for them to meet and mingle. And like I said, with 400 attendees, you need a little bit of time to get to know some of the other people who are there. And they stay overnight, and the next morning there's breakout sessions, and most of the breakout sessions are led by student teams, so they're leading their own breakout sessions for their peers. And then we also do get some other community-based organizations involved to lead a few breakout sessions for them.
Wow, what an experience for those kids. I know you had told me that for some of them, that's the first time they're in a city, and it's just a lot of different experiences.
Yes, especially from the rural counties. A lot of times we have students who have never been into downtown Pittsburgh before and don't realize that there is a city that looks like Pittsburgh fairly close to them.
Yeah, that's sort of amazing, but I shouldn't be surprised. Well, Gina, tell us a little bit about how the work is funded, what challenges you faced. I'm assuming that there may be listeners who are interested in starting a similar kind of program that reaches across many school districts. And tell us what challenges they might face in setting this up.
Okay, well, TFIM is mainly supported by grants, and we're constantly seeking sponsorships to put on things like the conference and get transportation and everything like that. And it's staffed through the consortium. Of course, the challenges are constantly continuing funding. And then also with working with so many districts, each district may have their own issues, whether it be lack of transportation, lack of funding, maybe lack of manpower. But we work with them every year to make sure that we do as much as we can to overcome any of the issues that they come up with.
And I know we'll save the best for last. Tell us some of the benefits or the results that you've had um, working with the students and the staff in this program.
It's just really great to talk to some of the students who have gone through TFIM, and in some cases they've been in it 9th through 12th grade. Now that's not always the case. Some students uh, don't join the team until later in their high school career, but optimally 9th through 12th grade is what we really like. But we will have students who come back and tell us that it made a difference and they really enjoy working with the students now, so they ask how they could be involved in the conference or coming back and speaking to current high school students. So when you have those alumni who come back and tell us this made it a lot easier for me to pick a major in college or decide that I wanted to go to an apprenticeship or just know that there's some things out there. Maybe I thought I was interested in a career, but I actually through TFIM went to a business and looked at it, what I would be doing day to day, and I realized it wasn't for me. So when you have something like that where students uh, are able to have a little bit more of an informed decision before they decide what they think they want to do, it saves them time and it saves them money. So we're very happy to always hear stories like that.
Those are the stories that make all your hard work worth it. And Gina, thanks for telling us about The Future Is Mine, facilitated, as I said, by the Consortium for Public Education. Viewers can learn more about the consortium's work, including how to support their work at the organization's website. I do hope people check it out. Please also visit the PA Pathways Innovation Network to join at no cost. Members have access to downloadable resources, events, and networking opportunities. Thank you, Gina. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.